Can you imagine escorting a 300-pound, 6'8" murderer to trial with no weapons to protect yourself? How about handling liquid oxygen that's negative 297 degrees that can explode anytime it comes in contact with asphalt, tar, kerosene, grease, or oils? Escorting inmates and handling liquid oxygen are jobs from my past and my present. Good morning. My name is Greg Lipscomb, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about where I'm from, my childhood, 2 career paths, hobbies, family, and retirement plans. So you may want to know about where I'm from in my childhood. I grew up in Dust City, Oklahoma, where I learned to have an appreciation for the classic car, the outdoors, and sports. Working on old cars with my father on a weekend was the most enjoyable experience of my childhood. My first car was a 1965 Ford Falcon 2-door hardtop. This was in the 1980s. So you can see where the appreciation of cars started. Hunting and fishing with my grandfather and father were the norm on the weekends. Canoeing and camping were family vacations. We'd spend an entire week floating the river and camping on the riverbanks. In the 4th grade, I started playing football, baseball, basketball, wrestling, track, soccer. This is where the love of sports started. I continued to play sports through high school, mostly focusing on football, and I dreamed of playing for the Oakland Raiders. Now that I've told you a little bit about my childhood, let's explore my 2 career paths. In 1991, I went to work for the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office. And 6.5 years later, I joined the Air Force, and that's where I am today. At 19 years old, I thought I landed my dream job, worked for the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office. This was the first stop of becoming a police officer like my father. I worked hard to become the best detention officer there was. I treated inmates with respect, and I gained their respect in return. I foiled escape attempts, I survived riots, and I got in a lot of fist fights. I met my wife at 20 years at the jail, and no, she wasn't an inmate, but a beautiful nurse named Linda. We got married, bought a house, and had plans to retire from law enforcement. Got a new sheriff, and my wife lost her job after 11 years. It was devastating for both of us. 2 days later, I joined the Air Force. At 26 years old, I started my career with the Air Force as a fuels journeyman. 15 years later, I've been deployed in support of 7 different operations around the globe. My background includes base and MAGCOM levels. My assignments include Florida, Germany, and Virginia. Currently, I'm stationed at Fort Belvoir, Virginia, and I work for the Air Force Petroleum Agency as the Air Force Fuels Equipment Manager. Now that you know a little bit about what I do for a living, let me tell you about my hobbies, my family, and my retirement plans. My hobbies include restoring old cars, the outdoors, cheering for the Oakland Raiders, and spending time with my grandkids. When I'm not working, I enjoy working on cars. I currently have a 1970 Volkswagen Beetle, California Custom, and a 1965 Ford Falcon, both under restoration. I also find time for camping, canoeing, gardening, barbecuing, cheering for the Oakland Raiders, and spending time with my grandkids. During the summer months, I spend as much time as humanly possible outside. As for my beloved Raiders, I have this room that's dedicated that has nothing but memorabilia. Linda and I have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. The grandkids come out and they spend the entire summer with us, and all we do is we try to enjoy them and learn as much as we can about them. Our retirement plans, I plan to retire from the Air Force at 20 years and return to Tampa, Florida to live out my days. Now that I've told you a little bit about me, let's go over what I talked about. Today I covered what my life was, how it's changed, and where it's going. So now that you know a little bit about my childhood, my 2 career paths, my hobbies, my family, and my retirement plans, I hope you know a little bit more about me and enjoyed my introduction. Thank you.